And shout out again to all those people who hate my guts, but is sitting in a quiet place listening to my show. You are obsessed and sick, okay? Okay, I'll be right back. Let's get into something else.
What's good, you guys? Welcome back to my channel. It's your girl Ebony. All right, you guys, we have a lot to get into. This is gonna be a long video, so please get your snacks and let's get into the mess. Now, the first topic I want to discuss is actually congratulations to Miss Summer Walker expecting baby number 2. Let's hope she's not feeding this baby seeds, allegedly.
People asking me if I'm pregnant. I am. And, I'm very, 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 very happy about it.
Now, you guys know it's all fun over here, and Summer Walker did take to her Instagram to post some very beautiful photos of her new baby bump, and this is with her new boyfriend. So I want to say congratulations to her. She looked absolutely amazing, and I hope everything goes well with her pregnancy. Now, the next topic I do want to discuss is none other than Boog dragging Omarion after Omarion called B2K backup dancers. Child, this is gonna be a lot. Now, it all started when Omarion unfortunately did get washed during his versus battle with Mario. A lot of people were confused because Omarion brought out so many people that he had collabed with but refused to bring out B2K. You guys also know that there's been a lot of drama behind the scenes when it comes to that millennial tour. And it was said that basically Omarion did not invite B2K back for the second tour. We also know that things have been very rocky between Omarion and the group because Little Fizz decided to get with Omarion's baby mother, April. So there has been a lot of back and forth between this group. Now, earlier in the night, after Omarion unfortunately ate his watermelon and got washed, this is where we saw B2K. All 3 of the men made fun of the fact that Omarion did not win against Mario, and all 3 of them said that Omarion got served. Now, Omarion did see this shade, and this is where he called B2K backup dancers. He also wanted to make it clear that UPS was hiring. Chill. Let's get into the mess. Omarion saying this. Peace, family. I had a photo shoot this morning for my Hello Beautiful magazine cover, so forgive me for being late to the party. I want to take this moment to thank everyone for tuning into Versus last night. Thank you to The Real Swizz and Timbaland for being trendsetters and providing this incredible experience. I had a great time. Streams going up, by the way. Shout out to Mario. R&B for the win. Looking forward to our next performance on July 29th at the MGM Grand Harbor in Washington, D.C., where you will open up for me. And yes, there will be a sound check that date, and this time we won't use your front of house sound man. I love all the jokes and opinions. Y'all are hilarious. I'm enjoying the creativity. If you're lucky enough to be in this business for 22 years, you understand that at some point you will experience malfunctions. It comes with being an artist and making yourself vulnerable to the world. To my 3 background dancers, I'm not surprised because this is how y'all always been, even while in the group, praying for my downfall because I'm overbooked and busy. Meanwhile, y'all gotta get a job other than hating. I heard UPS is hiring. Child, allegedly in Omarion's opinion. Now, Omarion, why did you have to come at B2K like that and call B2K background dancer? Omarion is that petty Scorpio, and the reason I know how petty he is because I'm a Scorpio, and we're petty and out of pocket sometimes. I can say this from my behalf, but to call them background dancers is just too much. Now, after this happened, this is where we saw B2K actually take to their Instagrams, and people saying that all hell was about to break loose. And to be quite honest, none of us knew what B2K meant until we saw the 4 paragraphs from Boog. And when I tell y'all he put Omarion in his place, he also said that Omarion couldn't really sing that well either. Child, this is what Boog had to say. It's sad when you see ones you grow up with, but also you grew up with, turn out the way they do. The wise lead the future wizards. I'll be that. The wise one you shouldn't have been in a rush to skip class. If this don't work, remember the kids you clowned for not having the fashion, but at the award ceremony in school, they were the ones winning principal's honor roll. Yeah, you were cool, but they were focused. That's probably going to be your boss in the future. It's probably going to suck to be a slave to something you gave to your life but never mastered. Now you stuck in this ish with no other options. To be on top, now your view is from the bottom looking up, not able to conquer it ever again. Time spent in a selfish mindset, not valuing the gems right next to you, learning from nothing and earning no knowledge from the geniuses amongst you. At night, I know you wonder to yourself, what am I doing wrong to not accept the blessing that was put in your life? A life that me and you know you were living. You're ungrateful. Fame is a hell of a drug. I know when we were together as a group, you wanted to be the most famous, aka the most favorite, but that wasn't the case. Fizz and Boog were the favorites, and you couldn't understand that because you sung all the leads by old school group design. But the guy who only talked on the track and in interviews, me, and the other guy who rapped our singles, Fizz, were getting more love than you. That's not my fault. But I never was mad that I could sing on your level, but never got the chance. I was just a young boy from Compton, happy to be a part of a group. Out of my situation, I was always more of a talent than how I was used to, but yet I'm still grateful. I was a part of a machine. You give off the impression as if you've done me a favor. Shall I take you back to when, because of your vocal, we visited every record label in the business and was turned down twice? Nigga, you was singing in the background for a minute when Max Goose brought in another lead singer to try to make the records sound better, to help him try to get us a deal. And when that happened, who stood to you? We did. We went to management and said, we are rolling with Omarion. We not bringing anybody else in. And we stood by your side. When we were told if we didn't get the deal on our next meeting, we were getting dropped. Now think about those odds for the history of your other meetings. This thing we call B2K was never the Omarion show. It was more like a circus, and each guy brought a special attraction. And collectively, it was fun to watch. Watching you only lets me know that you were not really paying attention to what was making you Omarion, because without us around, it's clear you can't tap back into him. You look lost, almost like you're looking for us to feed off. You were never a solo artist. You're a fame hog, and that has got the best of you. The fact that everybody wasn't screaming Omarion drove you crazy, because you were really giving it all you had. Standing next to us was really hard for you. So you took your opportunity to leave and only be seen by yourself. So if anybody showed up, even if it was 5 people, they were there to see you. To be a part of a brand that is bigger than you is hard for you to accept. But one who tears down his work is a poisoned individual. To call me a background dancer is funny. Shall we discuss the truth behind how those records were really made? I was there, and you were not in the booth for a lot of the vocals that were put on. From your lead vocal not fully being you, Listen to that first album. You'll hear Steve Russell in and out of those leads and hooks. The first album until I took over the second album. Me landing a lead on our second single, F'd With You, because our first #1 single, Bump Bump Bump, I sang the hook, and it brought attention to the label that the group was able to evolve, and Troy Taylor made the call and put me on the first verse of Girlfriend. After I had already sung the hook on the song earlier that day, it was written all over your face because me and Fizz talked about it that day at the session. I already was more loved in the group by the fans, and now I had a lead. You knew it was a wrap for you. It didn't help that Fizz was most popular and the label had already gave him a solo deal before you even had a conversation with them about one. Tell the truth. When you try and lie to the people because of their lack of knowledge on this situation, shall we talk about why you broke the group up originally? You were looking for a way out before anything ever happened. And because a chick you liked that didn't like you got smashed, you went and did the ultimate snake-ish. You took a bonding conversation amongst us boys that normally brought us closer and took the information and ratted us out. We always thought those conversations were confidential, just between us, but you knew what you were doing. We had rules. No messing around on the road with a bunch of girls. We confided in you and the mistakes we made, and you went home and told on us, getting us kicked out of the house and breaking the group up over a chick. You knew that business was already shaky because of us wanting to renegotiate our deal. So you took that opportunity to throw us off the ship and take the boat, got your mama a house and your brother a deal to turn your back on your boys. This is the same thing you did with the tour. You was broke as hell. Ooh, let me wind that back. Chill. He said you was broke as hell in 2018 in major debt from taking loans from niggas. Hold up. Ooh. So you mean to tell me we're going to take a little bit of break, okay? Because this is a lot, J-Boog. You talking a lot. So you mean to tell me that Omarion was broke, and so Omarion was out here taking up payday loans? Allegedly. A mess. Chill. Oh my gosh, back to the mess. J-Boog goes on to say this: I got the recording of you begging me, literally begging me to sign my contract for the tour because I wasn't going. Come on, Boogie, just do it. Let's do it for our kids. Let's get this money. Yeah, nigga, that was you. And as soon as the fire was back lit, you threw us off the ship again and took off with the boat again. Funny thing is, every time you took off with the boat, you got jacked for it. Chris Brown took your career and Bow Wow just took your tour. Shaking my head. That's what happens when you try to use people as a launch pad. It's levels to this stuff, Omarion, and I'm here to break it down for you. So all this ish that happened to you probably makes sense to the world now. Why it happened. You throw stones and hide your hands. Nigga, I saw your wax show in the Millennial Tour too, kicking down our chairs. You didn't do that the night we was there. You slick, and you also left a comment on TMZ. You sneak and post things on the Shade Room. I am B2K and versus claiming them is all your vocals on the B2K record. You're lame for all this ish, fam. Don't run from your legacy. What we did in such a short time still is a major topic. B2K will forever be your origin, and from the looks of it, the peak of your career. Omarion is a brand. I'll give you that, but it's not bigger than B2K, which is your brand as well. So stop the de-edification and at least let it have life left for you when you come crawling back to it. You and I know what the people want, from the world to the feedback in the meetings that you're getting turned down right now. The industry is watching you along with the world, and we all thinking the same thing. What is he thinking? If I was a backup dancer, you were a dancer with a record deal. Neither one of us was singing, fool. Welcome to the jungle, nigga. Hope you survive the night. Chill. This is a lot of tea. So Boog is basically saying, let's wrap this up, right? He's basically saying that Omarion was not the lead in the group. Omarion did not have a strong voice, so this is why they were unable to get a deal before they actually signed a deal while having somebody else sing the lead. He's also saying that Omarion is jealous because the other boys in the group got more love than him, and Omarion was going around ratting him out, etc. So Boog is basically trying to put Omarion back in his place, like, you are not the man you think you are, and at the end of the day you need B2K because this is where you came from. But I'm still stuck on a payday loan. Coming out here getting payday loans? Chill. Allegedly. Ooh. Let's talk about payday loan. It's my money and I want it now. Call JG Whitworth 877 Okay, I'm done. Allegedly. Now y'all know Cardi B is always going back and forth with fans on Twitter, and it does seem that people were calling her out because instead of her talking about the Roe v. Wade, she was actually doing twerking videos and dancing to music. And this is where people called her out, and Cardi B responded. Now the person started with this: you're a self-proclaimed politician who loves discussing politics, but when women's right to free choice is being taken away, you'd rather move your hips for a husband that has cheated on you more times than a cat with 9 lives than partake in serious conversations at hand. Now look, this is Cameron Perez Waldorf's opinion, not mine. I am just reading what she says. I'm not saying that Offset is out here cheating more than 9 lives, but it has been rumored in the past that Offset likes to get around, allegedly. Okay, there has been several incidences that have come up in Cardi's situation with Offset, and she actually left him during one of those instances. Now, Cardi B was not happy about this because she felt like she shouldn't have to keep talking about politics when nobody wants to hear from her in the first place. Check this out.
I'm sorry that I'm not on blogs and I'm not looking up and down. Like, I'm literally like, hey, let me post my video. Second of all, every single time that I talk about political shit, y'all get me drag. So shut the up. You hear me? Matter of fact, just a couple of weeks ago, I talked about, hey, watch, we're entering a recession. When is the government going to talk about we entering a recession? Y'all know what y'all told me? Mind my business. You're rich. Matter of fact, every single time that I talk about something that's going on in the community, y'all told me to mind my business. So suck my.
Now, after this happened, this is where people started attacking her child, and this is where Cardi B decided to continue responding. Cardi says, my daughter is not autistic. You can't call her ugly, so you have to diagnose her with something. B-word. Your child can't even read at her big age. Cardi says, my child is 3 years old. You see, this is why the A-word shouldn't have got banned, because that's the first thing your mother should have done with your glitter bottom. So I don't like the word glitter bottom. That sounds very homophobic. I think that was the wrong choice of words. Also, calling people twinks is highly disrespectful. So I think she could have used a different word, but are we surprised? She says she's beautiful and smart, but you know the ones that get rejected by their parents always love to try my kids. Now look, you guys, why do you people feel the need to attack kids? Her child has nothing to do with your dislike of Cardi B, right? And I think it's just so unfortunate that adults are bullying a child. She's defending her child. She can say whatever the hell she want to say because that's her baby. On the other hand, I find it interesting that Cardi was so sensitive to this, given the fact that Cardi B was accused of making fun of an autistic girl on Twitter. She made fun of someone that had autism, allegedly. So I just find it interesting how the tables have turned. Now, Cardi B has been arguing with other blogs and people online. You guys know that she has an announcement coming up, so I find it no surprise that she is getting her name circulating, and she has every right to say what she wants to say. Leave the kids alone, period. It's simple. Leave the kids alone. Weirdos, allegedly. So let me know what you guys think about these topics down below. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel. Give this video a big thumbs up. I love you guys so much, and we'll talk very soon. Bye.